Good day to each and everyone. We are students from Western Mindanao State University, a BS Biology student major in ecology. Our topic for today is all about classification of freshwater organisms, freshwater microbes, and freshwater animals. Our first topic is the classification of freshwater organisms. So, freshwater ecosystems are teeming with a diverse array of life forms, each adapted to its specific aquatic environment. These organisms can be classified based on various criteria, such as their habitat, ecological role, and taxonomic classification. The Philippines, with its diverse islands and varied landscapes, harbors a rich array of freshwater habitats, each supporting unique communities of organisms. The Philippines is also a home to a rich diversity of freshwater organisms, including various fish species, fungi, and microcrustaceans. This biodiversity is crucial for ecological balance and local livelihoods. In the study conducted by Macalisang et al. 2023 in San Agustin, Romblon, 31 species of fishes were identified, predominantly from the order Perciformes, highlighting the region's local biodiversity. A novel Hypomycetus species was also discovered in decade submerged wood, showcasing the unique fungal diversity in Philippines freshwater ecosystems based on the study made by Calabon et al. 2024. We can classify the freshwater organisms based by their habitats. So we have here two classifications, and first is the lentic habitats. For the lentic habitats or the standing water, we have here lake, ponds, swamps, and marshes. So for the lake, we have Sardinella tawilis. This endemic freshwater sardine thrives in the unique conditions of Taal Lake, a volcanic lake in Luzon, according to Guerrero 2023. It feeds on zooplankton and breeds throughout the year in the lake. Due to a heavy overfishing, it has been included in the red list of critically endangered species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN 2018. So for the next freshwater organism, we have the Nile tilapia or Oreochromis niloticus. So according to Cuvin Aralar et al. 2012, it is a major contributor to the livelihood of rural communities in many parts of the Philippines. Laguna de Bay is the largest inland body of water in the Philippines with a surface area of 90,000 ha. It is said that the production figures for Nile tilapia in the lake average 10,472 metric tons between 1996 and 2006. Next habitats would be the ponds. So, the freshwater organisms we have here are the plankton and benthos. So for the plankton, phytoplankton and zooplankton form the base of the food web in ponds, supporting a variety of other organisms. In the study conducted by Pleto et al. 2022 about the composition of the phytoplankton and zooplankton communities in fish ponds along the Marilao, Maycauyan, Obando River system of Bulacan Trachinius, the low diversity index of plankton on ponds indicates that the water is polluted. This study provides baseline information on the biodiversity of the plankton community, which is essential in aquaculture. So next is the benthos. Organisms like snails, worms, and insect larvae live on or in the bottom sediments of ponds. In the study of Bagarinao 2021, it shows that the abundant Ceritidopsilia cingulata or mud snail live in all ponds in Dumangas, Iloilo, Philippines, and probably consumed plenty of pond sediments or detritus and microflora. So the next lentic habitats are the swamps and marshes. So the first is the aquatic insects. Example of this is the water beetle in the Agusan Marsh, Mindanao, Philippines. In the study conducted in the Agusan Marsh, it shows that aquatic insects such as the water beetles play multiple roles in the ecosystem, such as predators, prey to other animals, and decomposers, which help in maintaining ecological balance according to Varela 2016. Next is the birds. Wetland areas such as the marsh provide vital habitats for birds. They utilize swamps and marshes for feeding and nesting. A total of 36 bird species belonging to 24 families were recorded during their rapid assessment in the freshwater swamp forest of the Ebpaman Marsh in the study of Limbaro et al. 2024. Bird species such as the Anas luzonica or Philippine duck and Streptopelia dussumieri or Philippine collared dove are found and recorded. So the second classification is the lotic habitat or the flowing water. We have here the rivers and the streams. So for the rivers and the streams, a diverse range of species including the macrobrachium, Lepidactylius or freshwater prawn, and Anguilla marmorata or giant mottled eel. So macrobrachium, Lepidactylius, and Anguilla marmorata are some of the species found in the rivers and streams and are also in the study of Garcia et al. 2018 to assess the biodiversity of macroaquatic species in the Amburayan River in Kapangan, Benguet. Next is the streams. We have here the macroinvertebrates. In the study of Camacho and Taniegra 2021, macroinvertebrates such as the caddis flies, aquatic snails, and stoneflies were utilized in aquatic pollution studies. These organisms are used to characterize the current status and predict significant changes in the water quality and habitat stability.
The Philippines, with its vast archipelago and diverse ecosystems, is home to a rich array of freshwater organisms playing crucial roles in maintaining the balance and health of these aquatic environments. These organisms can be categorized based on their ecological roles, highlighting their interconnectedness and importance within the freshwater ecosystem. The freshwater organisms of the Philippines play vital roles in maintaining the health and balance of their ecosystems. From producers providing the foundation of the food web to the consumers and decomposers cycling nutrients, each organism contributes to the overall functioning of these aquatic environments. At the base of the freshwater food web are producers. These are organisms that convert sunlight into energy through photosynthesis. These organisms form the foundation of the ecosystem, providing energy for all other organisms. One example of their producer is the phytoplankton. These are microscopic algae like diatoms and green algae that is abundant in freshwater ecosystems, particularly in lakes and rivers. They are primary producers, forming the base of the food chain. Another example of producer are the macrophytes. These larger aquatic plants, including water lilies and cattails, provide habitat and shelter for various organisms. They also play a role in oxygenating the water and filtering pollutants. Next are the consumers. They are organisms that obtain their energy by consuming other organisms. They can be further categorized based on their feeding habits. These include the herbivores. These are organisms that feed directly on producers like phytoplankton and macrophytes. Examples of these are zooplankton and water snails. Next are the carnivores. These are organisms that feed on other animals. Examples include freshwater fish like tilapia, which prey on smaller fish and invertebrates, and also water beetles, which hunt other insects. Lastly, the decomposers. These are essential for breaking down dead organic matter, returning nutrients to the ecosystem. Example of it are bacteria and fungi. These are microscopic organisms that play a vital role in decomposing dead plants and animals, releasing nutrients back into the water for producers to use. Understanding these ecological roles is crucial for effective conservation and management of freshwater ecosystems in the Philippines. As human activities continue to impact these environments, it is essential to prioritize sustainable practices and protect the diversity of freshwater organisms for future generations.
So good day everyone, I'm Alinko A. Rigel and I will be talking about our next topic, which is freshwater microbes with me, Satilano Nicajane. So what is freshwater microbes? So freshwater microbes are microscopic organisms that inhabit freshwater environments such as lakes, rivers, ponds, and streams. They encompass a diverse range of organisms including bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. They also play critical roles in many biogeochemical processes such as nitrogen fixation, oxygen production, and cycling of nutrients and materials. So bacteria are microscopic organisms that live in freshwater environments, such as lakes, rivers, ponds, and streams. They are essential components of aquatic ecosystems that playing roles in nutrient cycling, decomposition, and health of aquatic life. They are prokaryotic as they are single-celled organisms that lack a nucleus. They are also microscopic as they are too small to be seen with the naked eye. They have an ecological importance as they play crucial roles in aquatic ecosystems, which includes the nutrient cycling, where they help break down organic matter and recycle nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. So for example, we have the Polynucleobacter cosmopolitanus. So according to Raso et al. 2022, the Polynucleobacter cosmopolitanus is a novel species in living planktonic bacteria inhabiting in freshwater lakes and rivers. It is an oligotrophic organism, meaning that it can thrive in environments with low nutrient concentration. They also have a versatile metabolism as it is capable of utilizing a wide range of carbon sources for growth, including organic acids, sugars, and amino acids. Freshwater algae, including diatoms, green algae, and blue-green algae, are photosynthetic organisms that form the base of the food web in many freshwater ecosystems. They are important primary producers contributing to oxygen production and nutrient cycling. They produce their own food through photosynthesis, using the sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose. They are also microscopic as they are typically too small to be seen with the eye, and they also have an ecological importance wherein they play a vital role in aquatic ecosystems as primary producers, providing food for other organisms. So one example of an algae is a C. paranoidosa or Chlamydomonas paranoidosa. So according to De Leon et al. 2021, the Chlamydomonas paranoidosa is a unicellular green alga belonging to the Chlorophyta division. The C. paranoidosa are most commonly used in research as it has been found out that nutritional supplementation derived from C. paranoidosa helps relieve the symptoms of fibromyalgia, which reduces the risk of hypertension and has an immuno-enhancing effect. So for the next example, we have the Oscillatorialis. So according to De Leon et al. 2022, the Oscillatorialis are a family of cyanobacteria, which is commonly referred to as the blue-green algae, were commonly found in freshwater and some are in marine environment. They are filamentous organisms that form long, thin chains of cells. They have a blue-green color, which comes from the presence of a chlorophyll A and phycocyanin pigments. They are motile, as many Oscillatoralis species are capable of gliding movement, and they are heterotrophic because while they can photosynthesize, they can also obtain nutrients by absorbing organic matter from the environment.
Another freshwater microbes are the fungi. So freshwater fungi are also abundant in the Philippines. According to the study of Jones et al. 2014, freshwater fungi has an estimated number of 3,069 to 4,145 based on the exploration of data currently. Additionally, Calabon et al. 2022 with other collaborators identified 3,870 species of freshwater fungi that's already recorded based on its biodiversity. These fungi contribute to decomposition, nutrient cycling, and the production of bioactive compounds. Examples of freshwater fungi which was collected in the study of Kai et al. 2003 are the Didymelia apruti, Dastroporella papillata, and the Acrogenospora spiroset. The study of Kai et al. 2003 shows that the average number of species identified from each sample was 2.28, which indicates a relatively high fungal diversity in the Liput River. So the fungal community on submerged bamboo and wood are compared and discussed. The results showed that in the Liput River, bamboo support a different and diverse group of fungi in comparison to the wood. The fungal community on submerged bamboo is to some extent similar to the terrestrial bamboo in the previous study. Another freshwater microbes are the protozoa. So protozoa are single-celled eukaryotic organisms that plays a significant role in regulating bacterial populations and contributing to the nutrient cycling. The protozoa are primitive in the sense that their organization as compared with the metazoa is relatively simple. They have no organic, circulatory, or nervous system as we understand those things by a study of animals higher in the scale. Their life processes are wholly of a cellular nature, but notwithstanding, they exhibit all the physiological functions manifested by the higher animals.
Hi everyone, I'm Sharis S. Said and I will be discussing the last but not the least topic, the freshwater animals. Freshwater ecosystems like rivers, lakes, and wetlands are home to a diverse array of species. Understanding the different types of species found in these environments is crucial for conservation efforts. So we have three kinds of species to identify: the endemic, indigenous, and introduced species. Endemic species are those found exclusively in a specific geographic area and nowhere else in the world. They are often highly adapted to the unique conditions of their environment. So we have here an example of an endemic species, the Philippine crocodile or Crocodylus mindorensis. It is only found in the country's freshwater ecosystems. Next, the indigenous species. Indigenous species are those that naturally occur in a particular region, having evolved and lived there for a long time. They are part of the native biodiversity of the ecosystem. We have here the example of an indigenous species, the Tawilis or Sardinella tawilis. It is a freshwater sardine and is an indigenous species found only in Lake Taal in the Philippines. Lastly, the introduced species. Introduced species, also known as non-native or exotic species, are those that have been brought to a new area outside their natural range, either intentionally or unintentionally. So we have here our example, the Nile tilapia or the Oreochromis niloticus, a popular food fish that was introduced to the Philippines from Thailand in 1972.
We found a local study in the Philippines entitled Endemic, Indigenous, and Introduced Species in the Freshwater Ecosystems of Nueva Ecija and Pampanga, Status, Diversity, and Impacts by Annie Melinda Paz Alberto, Erlene S. Castro, Vincent Leonard Flores, and Maria Angeli V. Romero. This study was published in the Silliman Journal that provides a local example of the effects of introduced species in the Philippines. The study found that introduced species were more abundant and diverse than endemic and indigenous species in the freshwater ecosystems of Nueva Ecija and Pampanga provinces. The study also highlighted the potential negative impacts of introduced species, including displacement and extinction of native species and loss of biodiversity. We have here two examples of endemic species. The freshwater sardine or Sardinella towilis, which is found exclusively in Taal Lake. Other endemic species include the sinarapan or the Mysticetus zonsanensis, a tiny goby found in several lakes in the Bicol region. And of course, the national fish, the bangus or milkfish. The milkfish or Chanus chanus, known locally as bangus, is the national fish of the Philippines. This species is highly adaptable and can tolerate a wide range of salinity, making it suitable for both freshwater and brackish water environments. Freshwater crabs in the Philippines are typically small, with a carapace or shell width ranging from 2 to 5 cm. They have a distinctive flattened body shape with prominent claws and short legs. Their color varies depending on the species, ranging from brown to black, often with patterns or markings. They are found in rivers, streams, lakes, and even rice paddies, often hiding under rocks or logs. They are primarily nocturnal, emerging at night to forage for food. Freshwater snails in the Philippines come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors. They have a spiral shell that protects their soft body. Some species have a distinctive pointed spire, while others have a more rounded shell. They are commonly found in rivers, lakes, and ponds, often clinging to rocks, plants, or submerged objects. Freshwater snails are herbivores, feeding on algae, decaying plant matter, and sometimes even aquatic plants. Freshwater frogs in the Philippines are characterized by their smooth, moist skin and long, powerful hind legs for jumping. They come in a variety of colors and patterns, often blending into their surroundings. They are found in a variety of freshwater habitats, including rivers, streams, lakes, and rice paddies. They are typically found near water, where they can easily escape predators. Freshwater frogs are carnivores, feeding on insects, spiders, worms, and other small invertebrates. Freshwater shrimps in the Philippines are small, translucent crustaceans with long, thin antennae and a segmented body. They have a distinctive curved body shape and a pair of pincers on their first pair of legs. They are found in rivers, streams, lakes, and ponds, often hiding under rocks or logs. They are typically found in areas with plenty of vegetation and decaying organic matter. Freshwater shrimps are omnivores, feeding on algae, decaying plant matter, and small invertebrates. Those are just few examples of the fascinating freshwater organisms that inhabit the Philippines. Their diversity and abundance highlight the importance of protecting these ecosystems and ensuring their continued health and well-being.